So guys, welcome to day 2 of Kate Matlala. You know guys, ngifunde namhlanje ukuthi this bag, you see this Willis bag, it's a multi-purpose bag, can also carry 300,000 rand by Kate Matlala. So guys, welcome to day 2 whereby Kate Matlala, he was giving his testimony lapha eKgoshi Mampuri for the ad hoc committee. So let's get to it. Some of the key points as mentioned on Kate Matlala naga appeara lapha in the ad hoc committee. Hadiqale. So Kate Matlala uthi he grew up in the streets. No wonder hlakaniphe kangaka yazi. Learned ukuthi ama purchase orders lawa wethembisa hospital of 365 million beyanga processiwe. So the legal way uthi azange imsebenzele then wa choose the unethical way. Azange afuna ukuyibiza ngokuthi corruption. Kate Matlala uthi ubhekicele our very own Nono. He wanted more money. Also, une prodigal son, unendodana yolahleko outside the marriage. So that's why bekafuna more money, because that child udinga imali because he's doing engineering somewhere. And Kate Matlala, he was also asked ukuthi like uyazi ukuthi uJerry Bushuka kuphi. Wathi no uJerry Bushuka kamazi ukuthi kuphi, and he also mentioned ukuthi uJerry Bushuka he was manufacturing ama iziyobisi. Niyazazi iziyobisi ngisho. And uvumile ukuthi yes bekasebenzisa his sister as a front in the company because ngiyakhumbula ukuthi yena uziremove as a director, so wafaka usesakhe. So uadmitile ukuthi yes vele usesakhe he was using that lady as a front in the company, and him and Maumela they know each other very well. But ukuthi Maumela mshana ka Cyril Ramaphosa uthi he doesn't know that, he can't confirm it either. So according to Kate Matlala, uthi the ID layer Eswatini was used to fabricate like indaba yokuthi bangam allow ukuthi athole ibail like manje njengoba abotshiwe. So that is the reason ukuthi angatholi ibail, because of that Eswatini passport, it was not stamped in between when he was coming and going out between South Africa, because of uthi he was using Oshuk border. The BMA, the Border Management Authority, they did not stamp passport yakhe. Kenzeka guys like normal lapha eOshuk nje ukuthi bangastamp passport yakho. I'm asking for clarity from you, the guys that are traveling to Swaziland. And lapha ku protection services yakhe una 8 yama SNDF task force and then 1 task force or the special task force from the police. And uti those SNDF task forces, he's paying them 100,000 rand per month each person lo usebenza lapha ku Cat VIP Protection Services. And his budget for this Cat VIP Protection Services uti is 2 million rand each and every month. And when he was asked about Senzo Mchunu, uti yena bano Senzo Mchunu, they've never met, like nakancane nje. But what's surprising me ukuthi Kate Matlala ulabule ubhekicele our very own Nunu as an extortionist, and then what uBrown Mokgotsi, he's a con artist like ngutsotsana nje ngutsotsi. When he's asked ukuthi why is he having too many bodyguards whenever he's traveling somewhere, because uthi naka traveler to KZN local awumithana ubhekicele beka traveler with about 14 bodyguards. Uthi those bodyguards actually akawasebenzisi for ukuziprotect yena, uwasebenzisela ukuthi he wants to advertise his business here Cat VIP. So guys, here's something very important that you need to take into consideration. So uthi Kate Matlala ubhekicele arrange a meeting noNhlanhla Mkhwanazi, because I saw some of the people, they were asking me in the comment section which Mkhwanazi he was talking about. So we clarify today ukuthi ubhekicele arrange a meeting between him, Kate Matlala, and Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. The reason I arranged that meeting uthi Kate uNhlanhla Mkhwanazi uthe ucela uKate a pressurize the person oloje complaint ku IPID, because apparently there's somebody that lodged a complaint ku IPID so that EIP can investigate PKTT. So Kate Matlala uthi uNhlanhla Mkhwanazi wathi in return yena uzowenza sure ukuthi those charges ezifakwe ngu Tebogo Tobejane for ukuzama uku-analyze uTebogo Tobejane by Kate Matlala, those charges can be withdrawn or be removed egameni laka Kate Matlala. Like, does this story make sense, guys? Does it make sense? Like, I'm asking you nje, like mina ngisikhola he's lying here. And as well as Uti is also inviting the Special Intelligence Unit, the SIU, Uti, investigate, because each and everything le angiyo yena is coming from the businesses lawa and now, as well as like kunama records Uti, where is the money coming from? lama WhatsApp lawa ebeba busy ukuthi even the recording le edlalwe ngale ku Madlanga Commission for Inquiry uthi that it's not true, it was manipulated. And the other thing uKate Matlala the way so powerful ngakhona guys ne, he was having amaphoyisa as ama ice boy. Sergeant Nkosi was his ice boy because of uthi that Sergeant Nkosi was used by Umsibi and then he took it from Umsibi and then he became his ice boy because of Nyakumbula uthi Umsibi usuke washona. So that sergeant became the ice boy yaka Kate Matlala amnikeza ama credit card ukuthi vayongithengile battery and what not. And the other thing is that uti provide EVIP protection to Ekurhuleni mayor free of charge without anything. That VIP protection, it was facilitated by Brigadier Julius Mkhwanazi, lo wa EMPD, the one that is alleged ukuthi he installed blue lights for Kate Matlala. And he also said ukuthi he donated 4 cars to EMPD, of which I think it was 2 Mercedes-Benz, 1 GTI, and 1 BMW. And futhi okunye guys, there was a heated argument between Terrell James, this lady, and Kate Matlala. At some point, Kate Matlala, why haka man chair? So guys, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think Terrell James, she was not supposed to be so robust, or maybe nama anger issues, or maybe I don't know. Like, how do you make of this conversation? I will play you a video now shortly. How do you make this exchange of words between him, Kate Matlala? Do you think maybe Kate Matlala was running away from answering, or alien maybe like the way I was was not okay? Let me know in the comment section, guys.
Only took 1 firearm is what you signed. That is in the SAP 13 book.
I'm saying that's a total lie. It's impossible. I got all my firearms.
I personally checked the records this afternoon and they indicate that you only collected a single Beretta pistol. Is that correct?
It's not correct. It's a total lie. And I'm starting to have worries now.
Why did you not collect all the other firearms?
That
because
is a
on
lie.
The first raid, I think they raided and they took about 5 firearms that was there with ammunition. The second raid was probably about 20 firearms. That was recorded in that book that I saw today.
That is a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie, yes.
I put it to you that the person that signed for those items is a lady. A lady collected.
It's not a lady, it's a guy from Northwest. He speaks Tswana. You see, that is something
you
that
didn't
I don't
collect
understand.
it, sir, but you didn't collect your items. Someone else collected those items on the 31st of December.
It was me. I remember very well. Even my VIP car, it was broken there outside. They had to fetch me with another car. I was there myself.
I'm saying to you, I sat in that office earlier on when I left this place. A lady collected the remainder of those items on the 31st of December. I put it to you, you claimed that your watches were missing, you claimed that your laptop was missing, you claimed that SAPS has stolen from you, yet you did not open up a case for your watches, your Rolex, your laptop and everything else. You didn't open up no case for that because that wasn't recorded in the SAP 30.
First of all, that is a lie. And second of all, I don't understand then why are you raising your voice because of this? Because I'm not fighting
lying.
with you.
Because you are worth me raising my voice to.
No, you are also lying because what you're saying is not true.
I saw, so you are saying that I'm blind.
I'm saying that you are not telling the truth. That is a lie. Yes, 100%.
I'm saying so.
I have
I'm
proof.
saying to you that the records reflect that you did not fetch your own firearms.
No. Then how did my firearm go to my office?
So this is why this committee needs a forensic investigator so that we don't have to do our own investigations. But I did it anyway today.
It's impossible.
I put it to you. When I ask questions, it's not because I don't know the answers.
It was on New Year's Eve. The guy told me that
yes, it was on New Year's Eve. I'm telling you, it was on New Year's Eve.
The guy said to me that he stays he's from Northwest. He was even speaking Tswana. I remember very well that day. I will never forget. They came with a black BMW.
Matlala.
Yes.
And Honorable James.
Honorable James Wayaga.
No. Wait, Matlala. You.
Why are you raising?
May you, with due respect. Honorable members, may you with due respect withdraw that statement.
Yes.
I request you to withdraw the statement.
I withdraw the statement.
Yeah, I want to make this request to you. I want you to have a conversation.
Yes.
Don't breathe on each other's neck.
Yes.
Because you are going to make each other uncomfortable. Just relax. Take your breath, ask your questions.
I've been relaxed all along, but you can see where this comes from.
I'm talking to the two of you. I have made an observation. That's why I talk to the two of you. And I want to make this request to you that please have a conversation. You can proceed, Honorable
Chair,
James.
I came here because I was invited and I've honored the invite. So I don't appreciate when someone is raising a voice at me. Whether she takes my testimony or not, it's okay, I understand that. But there is no need for her to raise my voice. I'm not a child. I don't even think she's older than me. But even if she is, still here we treat each other as equals. So no, I don't think she's had the right to raise a voice on me. That I'm not comfortable with.
Mokodi, kgoši le ge e ka ba e nyane go wena ke
You
kgoši.
are not my equal. You are definitely
So-
not my equal.
Say
Can't
that.
say we treat each other as equals. We are sitting on two different sides of the
Honorable
fence.
James. Honorable James, listen.
So guys, that is all from my side. At the time of this recording, the ATO committee was still questioning Kat Vusimuzi, Kat Matlala. So I don't know what do you make of this today's testimony. But all I can say, guys, in closing, Kat Matlala, Gumashaya Shaya, and futhi he's a liar, and futhi he's very streetwise. Uhlakaniphile, like yabona na ukhulele estradini, like umuntu okhulele estradini and futhi uyayisaba indlala, like uyawusaba umtlhago, and futhi like I think Umkhwanazi must come back and give us a 2.0, like a mention and provide evidence in everything that is mentioned, because it shows with everybody ozala ato committee uzo shaya and whatnot. And Ubheki Cele naye, he must come back and sing better, guys, because I see as if Ubheki Cele, like now he's a like a lamb nje esacrifice Ubheki Cele like kusacrifice yena because of the way kungakhona kuyabonakala ukuthi uKat Matlala chose a side. There's two sides, guys. There's a side yabo Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi and also there's a side yaka Senzo Mchunu and Shadrack Sibiya. Okwamanje uKat Matlala choose a side like Senzo Mchunu and Shadrack Sibiya because of like the way azama implicate ngakhona Ubheki Cele no Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi kuyakhomba ukuthi uchoose liphi size. So you let me know in the comment section. Make sure ukuthi you follow me, like, comment and repost. Let's meet in the comment section. Let me know what how do you make of this day 2 ya Kat Matlala in the ATO committee. Let's meet tomorrow.